Computer internet connection does not handle your current quality credits. Please try reducing your
He's coming up.
Sorry, it's saying that your computer cannot handle the resolution. Oh, okay. I did both already, so. I got things. Should I start? I didn't do a movie yet.
Good morning! Wall Street is open for us. Bring you your first ever live show, the Weekly Rant with Jimmy and Steve! Good morning, everybody. What's happening? Yeah. Thanks all for coming out. Sitting next to me is Jimmy. I'm Steve. Welcome to the live show. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's actually pretty. This is not on for.
Pretty excited to be here. We got a couple of thank yous we actually want to start off with here. Obviously, we want to thank Old Street Pub. We want to thank the show for having us. The Smithtown Messenger, the Smithtown News, the Smithtown Cash, Mr. Dennis Ricky from the Long Drum Sound for providing us with all the new audio equipment. I want to thank Mike Hansen for providing us with the sign where you see here in the banner outside as well. And Tommy Winish from Winish's Deli for giving us breakfast this morning, which was nice to see. And I want to thank my father as well for giving us all the proper people to reach out to and really help us out and support us the whole way. Thank you.
And of course, to all of you guys for coming out on a Sunday morning to come watch our show. This is just our 10th show, and we're already big time. We're at Old Street Pub and Restaurant.
Absolutely.
This is pretty cool. But before we move on, you have a good weekend?
I had a great weekend. How's Thanksgiving?
It's good. Enough turkey, enough stuffing, all that good stuff. You know, that's not what they're here for. Let's talk some football. We're going to start with the Giants-Redskins, that Sunday night game at FedEx Field. Both teams are coming off brutal losses. The Giants losing a 24-21 heartbreaker to Tony Romo and the Dallas Cowboys, whereas the Washington Redskins lost a 27-6 thumping to the 49ers on Monday Night Football. Jimmy, do you think the Giants are going to bounce back?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. I'll be honest, I really do. They absolutely embarrassed themselves. I wasn't happy with the way they came out last week. And this is a game where two teams, they're not playing for anything. They're not playing for anything at all, and basically it's who was going to finish last, who's going to avoid finishing last place.
Wait, are you giving up on the Giants playoff hopes?
No, I'm giving up on everything at the Giants, except the fact that I want them to finish better than the Jets.
You got one game behind, so sorry about that. Now, JPP's already been ruled out for this game. Do you think that's going to affect the Giants' pass rush?
Everything's going to affect the Giants' pass rush, I'll be honest with you. I think we're going to come away with the victory here, but they've been empty. Their backfield proved to be playing very well against, like we said previous weeks, against Tampa Bay, against Green Bay, against Oakland. You know, all the teams that we said they didn't play well against.
Now, I'm sorry, we have to thank somebody from the beginning. We have a third person on this team today. We have Mario sitting out there in the second table. Say hello, Mario. So, Mario, Mario, do you have a special guest with you for this game?
For this game we do, Mr. Joey.
Alright, Joey, what's your, welcome home, by the way. This is Joey from New Hampshire.
Thank you.
If they have electricity out there, can you watch the games?
What's your take on the game here, Joey? Seeing you're on the Giants side, you're obviously a big fan, going home, watching the game with your pops.
I will say that I do like the Giants today. RG
hasn't been the same as he was last year. He knows that he's tended to run the ball, so he's going to be trying to throw. It hasn't been a great season for him throwing the ball. It hasn't for Eli either, but I think that the Giants have a little momentum. They're coming off a loss, but it was a loss that they really worked hard, and I thought that they improved from a couple previous weeks in some aspects of their game. So I do like the Giants here. The Redskins can run the ball, but that's the strongest part of the Giants' defense right now is stopping.
Well, the problem with that is the Giants also have 18 sacks this year. That's the lowest in the NFL. They do have a great run defense, but do you think they're going to get RG3?
I think that's not as big of a factor as people think, because RG3 is not moving as much as he was in the past. The Giants did have trouble with him last year, but he's more prone to stay in the pocket, so I think it's going to benefit the Giants.
What do you think about Victor Kurtz? I mean, everyone's been saying he hasn't been getting much touches, but he's actually having a pretty good year with 890 yards and 6 touchdowns. But Eli's not finding him in the red zone. Do you think this is going to be the game with some salsa dancing going on?
Eli's not really finding a lot of people. He's having his worst season for rookie year. So I do think that the Lions defense is really putrid. So we do have a good chance to get Victor in the end zone this week.
Well, that's always interesting to hear. Do you think Nick is actually going to play?
I heard that he did practice, so on Friday, so practice Saturday, but yeah, I do think he's going to play, and he will step up.
Well, we hope the Oxen get you back to New Hampshire in time tomorrow. But thank you so much for all your help.
We got it.
Good seeing you again.
Thanks, guys.
Now, before we go into our picks for the game, RG3 had a brutal game last week, 118 yards passing. Ahmad Brooks and the rest of the Niners defense said that RG3 shouldn't even be playing anymore. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think the Redskins traded too much to get him in the draft last year?
I don't think they traded too much. It's the fact that they're just not going together. They're not playing well as a team. They're not doing what everybody expected them to do. It's going to take time, and again, especially with the chemistry now that RG3 is not playing the way he's been playing. He's favoring his knee. He's scared to play. Dr. James Andrews says he's perfectly fine to go out there and perform the way he wants to perform. But as a team, they're not. They all rely on Morris. He is third in the NFL in rushing yards. It's one of those things where it's let it go, so we have to fix it.
Alright, so before we move on, we did picks for all these games. Mario, myself, and Jimmy all did picks, and on top of that, we also wanted to see if a coin is smarter than the three of us. So we're going to go around the room and we're going to quickly do our picks. Mario, let's start with you. What does the coin have to say for this?
The coin is not going to make anyone in the room happy. The coin went with Washington.
And for the record, the spread is the Redskins are 1.5 underdogs. So if the Redskins lose by 1 point, they still win, according to this. Mary, what did you pick?
I have to disagree with Joey over here. I got the Redskins as well. I think the lack of pass rush. Come on. Washington for me.
All right, Jimmy?
I'm going with the Giants. I'm going with the Giants going to victory here, and that's just what I'm going with. I forgot we just said the coin pick.
The coin picked the Redskins.
Oh, good. Well, screw the coin. Giants going to win.
And I actually also think the Giants are going to win. They're going to bounce back from this and move to 5-7. And I'm looking forward to all the Giants fans for posting on Facebook tomorrow. Oh my God, the Giants still have a shot. Yeah.
Mathematically.
Oh, jeez. But speaking of a team that actually has a chance of making the playoffs, the New York Jets. The New York Jets had a tough game this week against the Miami Dolphins. Both teams are 5-6. Both teams coming back from tough losses. The Jets losing. I forgot who they lost to last week. It doesn't matter. And the Dolphins lost a tough one to the Carolina Panthers in the last few seconds of the game. Now, Jimmy, I know where you're going with this, but what are your thoughts on this game?
I got Miami here. Geno Smith has been terrible all year long. There's no way around that one. The Jets defense has plummeted throughout the entire year. They started off absolutely great, and they've lacked. The entire season coming down the stretch, they've lacked completely. The one thing here is that Miami hasn't scored more than 23 points in 8 straight games. So that's really going to help the Jets out. Plus, the Jets are home. You know, the Jets play great at home. When they're on the road, forget about it. They're 1-5, I believe, on the road.
Yep.
Even still, though, I think the Dolphins are going to come away here. The Dolphins know they have 2 games against the Jets. If they want to make a playoff push, now is the time.
I mean, the Dolphins have their share of problems. John Martin just got placed on the non-football injury list. He's out for the year. Richie Incognito and that whole hazing scandal is still going on. The offensive line's been decimated by injuries. And like I said last week on our debate, the Jets' defensive line is pretty good. And they can run wild on that team. And Ryan Tannehill's going to have a tough day back there, quarterback.
Well, he loves hard line, so you look out to hit him up a lot. Now, the Dolphins, you gotta remember, Dolphins are 4-1 in New York since 2008. That's obviously something that they're thinking about. And again, it's going to the playoffs, and we know we can succeed here, and we can win.
I just don't see it.
It's because you're a Jet fan. You don't see anything.
They just have a good. Wow. That's rough. You know, I should have brought my Tony Romo paper. I got Tony Romo.
We're not 10 minutes into the show, you busted out something already.
But the thing about the Jets running game, Chris Ivory and Bilal Powell have both been pretty even behind Geno Smith. They've been giving them Jets a somewhat resemblance of an offense.
Now, I was game time decision tonight.
Ivory's game, well, Powell's still been pretty good. Powell led the charge for the first weeks of the season. I just see that they have, and Antonio Holmes, Joey Curley's going to come back for the game today. I don't know. I really think they could pull it off.
They're going to have to rely on motion, that's for sure, because Geno Smith now surpassed Eli Manning with the most interceptions in the NFL.
Hey, Mario, so you're an AFC East follower, right?
True that.
What do you think about this game?
Well, you have two bad quarterbacks and two bad teams. So that's not all there is to say.
You're wearing posters.
Yeah, you shouldn't be talking. Your last chance of fame was wide right. Alright, that's a ball. Alright,
So the football's out, that's a fall.
that's alright, that's a buff. There we go.
Alright. Yeah, so, honestly, what's your opinion on the game? Yeah, look at the notes.
Yeah. No, honestly, I got Miami winning the game. New York doesn't have a quarterback. They'll take Tannehill over whoever Rex Ryan wants to put out there, and that's going to decide the game today.
What about the coin?
The coin also in Miami.
Excellent, there's so much.
It looks like I'm on my own island here. I have the Jets covering the 1.5 point spread, and the Jets are going to 6-6, and they're on their way to the playoffs. Alright.
All the way to the playoffs, he said. Mario, I think this is the first one in the morning you got, you want to get a little trivia on that.
We do have a tribute.
There we are. What did we get there? Tell you what.
Alright, got it.
Which New York franchise
Nope.
has more? Which New York
Which
franchise
one?
has more Hall of Famers?
I would actually say the New York Giants.
The man wins 28-8.
All right.
Good luck to him.
Give it to you. Be a public t-shirt.
Benny.
Right on the speaker.
That's probably why.
This shit happens. Alright.
Alright, so what we're working with here now is the Titans and the Colts. 5-6 Tennessee Titans against the Indianapolis Colts. This game does also have a lot of playoff implications, as do a lot of games this time of year. What's your take on this game in Indianapolis as a quite a half favorite?
Well, Indianapolis has been looking pretty weak recently. They got blown out by St. Louis and Arizona, losing 40-11 last week. Their trade for Trent Richardson didn't quite work out. He got benched already this week, and that first-round pick's gonna hurt the Colts draft next year. I don't know. It's gonna be a close game. The spread's 4.5 points, but Andrew Luck hasn't looked like himself. But then again, Ryan Fitzpatrick's not a good quarterback in Tennessee, so I don't know. Right now, I'm leaning towards the Colts in this game.
Now, you're saying Fitzpatrick's not a good quarterback right now. Just doing a couple things here. He has 800 yards, 5 touchdowns, and no receptions in his last 3 games. That's pretty good stats right now. Also, I mean, when you have the Titans, they're looking for the first playoff appearance right now in 5 years.
I completely understand with that, but Ryan Fitzpatrick hasn't had a running game to speak of. Chris Johnson has been pretty brutal recently. He may not even get 1,000 yards. So right now we're looking at a bad quarterback. They don't have good receivers. Kendall Wright, I mean, they escaped with a win last week in Oakland. They shouldn't have won that game. They have no receivers to speak of. Their running game's nothing to speak of. Their offensive line's not that good. Their defense isn't that good. They're 5-6, but they're up.
Now, over Jim Irsay, the Colts, he's saying they get their heads out of their butts and wake up. He tweeted that last week. To see him come out and start talking about his team, trying to not even get publicity, but just really put himself out there to the team and say, "We gotta step up there and play." They can virtually wrap up this division.
Did you say Jim Irsay not looking to get publicity when he speaks?
That's
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they can virtually wrap up the NFC South with this victory here.
They could. If the Titans actually win this game, this actually becomes a division. The Colts actually may have a chance of not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
With this one. Ultimately, I don't think that this. I think Angelo will finally get back on track. His luck will finally right out and become good luck. Yeah, I got the puns out.
That was terrible.
He's had a hard time since Reggie Wayne went out a few weeks back, but I think this will be the game. Mario. Hey, buddy.
I'm England.
You schmoozing up the audience?
What do you want?
Alright, what's the coin pick in this game?
Going Indy all day long, so am I.
Yep, I got Colts winning.
So do I. Looks like we got a family pot here.
That's it. I'll take it.
Alright, next up.
Next one, we got 7-4 Cincinnati Bengals and 5-6 San Diego Chargers.
I think this may be the best game of the week.
Really?
I know we have the Broncos Chiefs. I know we have the Saints Seahawks on Monday night. But I think these are two teams with powerful offenses, mediocre defenses, and they're the San Diego Sun. Granted, people in San Diego don't seem to think so, as this game's been blacked out for the second straight year, so it won't be on TV in Southern California. You know, they gave their owner the option to buy the ticket for 35 cents on the dollar. He said no.
You surprised?
Yeah, you know, who wants to have a game on TV? But the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton's going to have a great game against the Chargers defense. Philip Rivers is going to light up the Bengals defense. This is going to be an offensive slugfest. And it's really going to come down to who scores last.
Well, San Diego definitely made the right run last week. They came from the 41-38 win over the Chiefs. Bengals had a late bye, San Diego at home. This is a must-win for San Diego with the wild card standings that they're in right now, going up with the Jets. Even the Steelers are in line there, the Ravens. This is a pretty big game. When we win for the Bengals, just like with the Colts, we win for the Bengals, we lock up the AFC North.
Absolutely. The AFC North has been pretty weak this year. The only thing that's been going for them is that the Steelers and Ravens have been pretty bad themselves. The Ravens, though, are 6-6. If the Bengals do lose, this becomes division again. AJ Green was shut out basically shut out 2 weeks ago against Cleveland. Joe Hayden locked him up. He's not going to have that problem this week.
Andy Dalton also has not been himself with late, that's for sure.
No, he's not. They had to buy him freshen up. They're going to be all right.
Now the Chargers, though, for this playoff run to actually come out as a successful one, the Chargers actually are home 4 of the last 5 games.
Yes.
Regardless of who they're playing, that's big. Playing in San Diego is huge for them. Huge.
I agree on that one. I mean, the Chargers have some good receivers. They have Gates, they have Keenan Allen. They have this new tight end who's been pretty good recently. So I mean, Philip Rivers has his targets to go to. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen.
Well, like Romo in November with his record that he has,
He's 24.
I keep talking about him.
He's 24-4 now in November.
Well, Rivers only has better December record. He's 26-5.
Oh, Rivers said no.
Yep. Ryan Matthews is also questionable on the hamstring injury, so
Danny would have been the better running back in that team the entire season anyway. So quite frankly, I'm not too worried about that one. Mario, where you at?
I do not trust San Diego at all. I don't trust the fact they beat the Chiefs on a lucky victory last week. San Diego's losing this game.
Alright. What does the coin have?
The coin is smart and agrees. No way San Diego's winning this game.
Now, Jimmy, are you as smart as the coin?
No, no, the Bengals are terrible on the road. They're 2-4. Most of the teams are 500 or better on the road. I'm looking at San Diego, not over the ring. I think San Diego is just going to run over the Bengals.
I agree with Mario and the coin.
Awesome.
I love when the road team who's better gets points on the road. I'm going with Cincinnati.
Okay. What do you got for this game then?
Next game we have is New England versus Houston. New England's 8-3 with a nice 34-31 overtime thriller against the Broncos, whereas the Texans lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars and haven't won since week 2 when Vanilla Ice was performing at the halftime show. Ice Baby. So, what do you think about New England? Do you think they're the AFC East and potentially the AFC champ?
They lead the AFC East right now by 3 games. They've won 27 of 29 games in December in the past however many years. They don't have much to play for either. I mean, to be honest with you, they're going to beat down the Texans, and after they beat down the Texans, the division is theirs. It's locked up.
What are your thoughts on Andre Johnson and Ben Tate last week going on Twitter and the air saying, you know what, we suck?
Yeah, they're gonna be off the team.
There's gonna be no one left at that point. They're firing Kubiak, they're getting rid of Shaw, they're gonna get rid of their entire team.
They're an absolute mess right now. They're a complete mess right now, and no one's gonna get fined, no one's gonna get suspended. They're gonna deal with the embarrassment right now.
Did you expect this at the beginning of the season that the Houston Texans would be 2-9 and actually have the worst record?
No, especially since the past 2 seasons, they actually won the division. For the past 2 seasons, and one time they went to an AFC Championship game.
Now, the Patriots have lost their last 3 on the road. They're going down to Houston to Reliance Stadium, and do you think they're going to right their ways?
Yeah, they haven't lost 4 on the road since 2000. It's between Belichick and Brady. They know every single stat they've had for the past few years, and they know everybody else knows the stats as well. They're not going to want to go out there and embarrass themselves, especially as a team, regardless of the record. They're not going to want to go out there and embarrass themselves as a team with the Houston Texans. It's not going to happen.
Do you recall the quarterback was in 2000 for the New England Patriots?
That would be Bledsoe.
That would be Bledsoe. Hey, Mario, how did Bledsoe work out for the Bills?
Moving on.
Alright, Mario, while we're out there, actually before we get to Mario, who's going to start a running back for the Patriots? Ridley fumbles the ball, Blount fumbles the ball, they have Bull, they have Green, they have...
Everybody fumbles the ball.
Do you think you can start a running back for the Patriots next week?
No, my knees hurt just from sitting here.
Alright. Alright, moving on. Mario, what does the coin say? Patriots are a 7.5 point favorite in this game.
The coin, like anyone else with a pulse, has New England.
Alright, and what about you? Your pulse?
Like I said, the coin, like anyone else with a pulse, has New England.
Yeah, I got New England too.
As do I.
There it is. We actually agreed on one.
Alright, so, Mario, we're about to talk about an awesome team. I'm going to walk away for a few minutes.
Scared.
Yeah, have some fun with this one.
Let's do one.
We got the Falcons and Bills. Falcons are 2-9, and the Bills are 4 and whatever. Teams in Toronto. What do you think's going on?
Is he talking crap about the only team in Buffalo in New York State again?
I don't know, but you're still sitting next with the Bills jersey on.
You know you're my brother-in-law, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to love me regardless.
I told you I was going back on this game. What do you got?
Alright. The Toronto series is a joke.
Steve, did you want to talk about the Auburn Alabama game right now?
Yeah.
I mean, no one cares for the Bills. Who's the game on? Tonight they're playing 4-5, I think the Bills are, yeah. Oh, the Auburn Alabama game's getting this tonight.
Yeah, and you can go.
Mario, what do you got for this game? Let's hear it.
My feelings are almost hurt.
That's alright.
But if you're gonna make fun of a Bills fan and make them cry, you gotta bring a lot more noise than that.
Yeah, your 7 feet tall. You have a lot of feelings to bring a lot of noise.
So as I was saying, the Toronto Cats, it's nothing but a cash grab. Unfortunately, the Bills are 1-4 in Toronto because the place is quiet as, well, I don't have a good name. It's very, very quiet. It actually acts almost like a neutral site game. Even the Bills players can't stand it. No good comes of the Bills playing out there. So on paper, this should be the Bills all day long. The Falcons are absolutely in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. That player's on a 5-game losing streak right now, and they know when we get the Bills, they know the Bills played bad in Toronto. And they're going to want to go up there. Last time they played on the was 2009, and the Falcons absolutely killed them 31-3. Obviously, now you guys had a lot better receivers, had a better team back then. But right now, you look at one of Buffalo's key players is Jerry Birdie. He's playing since 2009 as a rookie. So I'm going to look and see him out there, and he's going to pick up many guys quite a few times, I think.
Well, what are your thoughts, before I cut you guys off, now I'm down here. What are your thoughts about now you guys actually getting a dome game on the road?
I don't think it's going to matter that much. I think the problem with the Falcons is injury related. Receiving started going downhill when they lost to Miami in week 3. They had 7 starters injured already right off the bat. So for them, it's a matter of attrition. They don't have enough starters in the game right now.
No, and you know, this is a game, like many of these games we're saying coming down to week 13, that the Bills are to stay in the playoffs, they need to win now. They also need a lot to happen, they need a lot of prayers. I have them winning today, I really do. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're going to continue that not being seen in the playoff streak since 1999, I believe it was, when they went up against the Titans and Music City.
Very true. It just means that New York is going to be 0 for the season on playoff this year, which is fine. I'm okay with it.
And there it is. There it is.
And I'm going to get up now before I get beat up.
Well, you're going to sit next to me, so we can talk about your picks in the game. You know, so as Steve was saying with the coin, what does the coin have in this game here?
I had the Bills, obviously.
Right.
Unfortunately, the coin is going with Atlanta. So that's what his problem about
I've never seen any reactions to it not happening. So, alright, I got the Bills covering. I'm going to win. They're going to play. They're going to win. That's great. So, what do you have this game?
See, we have decisions, so you know. I forgot about that. I have the Falcons winning. I think, like I said before, the Falcons are a good team that just had a bad season. Matty Ice is going to be on in the dome, not in the cold. And you know what? They're going to knock them down. Buffalo's not a good team. DJ Manuel's had an up and down season. I think this is going to be the Falcons' week.
But the problem is,
Matty Ice is going to put the Bills in the cooler and they're going to go.
I hope so.
How much time did you spend coming up with that line?
10 minutes.
But like the season, though, Matty Ice did not win in a row.
That's true. That's true.
You know, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We've spent way too much time on this game. Way too much time.
We're gonna actually bring in something here. We got
I love it.
part one of our weekly debate here. Now, you guys, as those of you who watch the show out there, you guys know every week we do a weekly debate, and so we do a weekly debate every show. Every beginning of the month, we do two. We do a double debate. It's December 1st, and we'll be doing a double debate. So we're going to be going to the NFC debate right now as far as the wild card positions. Who's going to be the wild card? Steve, you want to start us off?
Sure. Just to get this out of the way, I think there's no debate that the Chiefs are going to win the wild card. 9-2 already. If they win one more game, they basically clinch. So, do you agree with that? We'll just put that way?
Yeah, I do. If the Broncos are going to win out, I think that's going to lock it up right there, and the Chiefs are probably going to 4-1 this stretch.
Alright, so for the 6th seed, I believe the New York Jets are going to make the playoffs out of the AFC.
I'm getting serious. I'm going to get the crap out of here.
The Jets have by far the easiest schedule down the stretch. They played the Dolphins twice, the Panthers, the Browns, and the Raiders. They go 4-1. They'll go 9-7, and that's going to be enough. The Raiders have a tough schedule. They play New England, Detroit, and even Cleveland. They can lose all three of those games. Steelers lost this week. They're gone at 5-7. Tennessee has Indianapolis, Denver, and Arizona, and San Diego. Forget about it. Let's go Jets.
Alright, now for the Jet fans on the one, you can wait till after the show's over to bust in your face, because I got the Dolphins. I got the Dolphins coming out here. They're going to lose by a wild card spot. They play the Jets twice. One of which is at home. I think they're going to win anyways today, so that's going to put at least a score on it. They play the 5-3 Steelers. Now we know the Steelers still have, they're pretty tough. They started the season on 1-4. Ben Roethlisberger has come back. He has played up to potential, up to par everybody thought he was going to play. However, they're going to defeat them. They're also playing against Mario's 4-7 Bills. That's not going to be a problem for them at all. The only real problem I see for the Dolphins right now is the 8-3 Patriots. So I got the Dolphins walking up that playoff spot.
The Dolphins?
Yeah, no, shut up.
Really? The Dolphins. Oh, right. So we're talking about the Dolphins with Ryan Tannehill, QB. We're talking about the Dolphins who have hazing scandal. We're talking about the Dolphins who have no quarterbacks. We're talking about the Dolphins that have no running game. The Dolphins. That's what you're saying. Right. All right. The Jets will sweep the Dolphins this week and last week of the season. It's not going to happen, buddy.
You put forth no debate there. I didn't know Hazing can get you wins in the NFL. I know Hazing can get you a wild card position. No quarterback. You have Geno Smith as your quarterback. Geno Smith. We're going to bet your argument. We're going to hope this is what
We're going to put Matt Sims. He's got the Giants pedigree right there. So that's going to be good.
Yeah, anyway, so now, with that, when you look at Hotline and Wallace, they are a great wide receiver combo. I love it. The Jets play the 5-6 Dolphins, and I said the Dolphins are probably going to have the sweep. That's one moment. They're also playing the 4-8 Raiders. That's going to be another victory. I'm sorry, the Jets play them. That'll be a victory itself. But the Jets going to be swept by the Dolphins. The Jets going to get killed by the Panthers. And the 4-7 Browns, that could be one of those games where if the Jets actually are in the playoff hunt, that game right there, the Browns can really, really crush their hopes.
I'm actually going to that game, so the Jets actually haven't lost a game since I've been there. I know I just jinxed myself, but you know, the Jets haven't lost, so that's what I'm going to go by.
Jets are going to make the playoffs and probably lose in the first round, but who cares? It's the playoffs. Not the Giants getting there.
Okay, well, I got Jets defense on a complete downside. Gino's not an offensive threat, especially for Miami. Miami's going to go 4-1. We got the Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller's going to play well. He's going to get right past the Jets defense. The Jets, right now, they're down now. It's not going to make it right for the Dolphins. I'm sorry, your Jets are out. Dolphins are in.
You just said that Lamar Miller's going to run over the Jets.
What?
Oh, okay. Jets have the second best rushing defense in the NFL.
You know what the Jets also have? They have the least amount of red zone appearances.
How does one thing like that do another thing?
Well, you gotta score a win.
Fair enough. Alright. Hey, Mario.
Yes, sir.
Alright, I think we have our second trivia question.
We do.
This is an AFC-based trivia question. I'm here with Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Hey!
Andy, what's going on?
I'm here watching you.
You enjoying the show so far?
You couldn't find anything better than doing.
No, I couldn't.
Cleaning up leaves. Like,
You're comparing our show to cleaning up leaves. That's awesome.
I don't know. It's in the trash. Great, thanks so much.
Think the Dolphins have a good.
There it is. Alright, come on, that trivia question. What do you got?
Okay. What team in the AFC has had the most Super Bowl appearances? My Buffalo Bills, the stinking Miami Dolphins, the original Baltimore but now Indianapolis franchise, or the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's got to be the Steelers, all day long. That's right, Steelers have 8 Super Bowl appearances. Another correct answer.
Alright, you get the Mets sweat at the t-shirt and Mets cards.
No, it's great we went to so many Met games this year and got all those Met promotional items.
No, I'm just something more giving away. Don't walk away.
I think I'm the only one though.
We got to finish here. Let's move on to one of the biggest things in the NFL we have this week. The Jacksonville Jaguars, the Cleveland Browns.
I'm speechless, sorry. Alright, that's me being dumbfounded. Doesn't happen often.
Nobody cares about this.
Yeah, all I care about is, I don't care.
I'm going to say my 7.5 points.
So let's talk about the Alabama game for real. That was probably one of the best endings I've ever seen to any football game, pro or college.
Now, a good friend of mine actually posted on Facebook. I don't want to say exactly what he said, but just change the words up a little bit. He commented in favor of the Alabama kicker. He is not going to get any love tonight. Let's put it that way.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened. Missing those 3 field goals, and yeah, that happened. Yeah, it was by far one of the best finishes I've ever seen in history of college football. Absolutely unbelievable. I think that absolutely goes right over Buck Cooley's closing comments play.
What about the band play?
I don't care about that play. That thing got crushed. He just got stomped on.
For a few seconds, let's humor the audience. Let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. Jaguars have just beat the Texans last week, 13-6. The Browns have had some good games. They're 4-7 this year, but signs that things are looking bad for Cleveland. Brandon Whedon's about to get his 3rd attempt to start.
That's the 3rd attempt.
Third. He's been benched twice already. Yeah, that's right. He's been benched twice. It's the 3rd time he's going to be starting this year. And the last 2 times haven't been any better.
You know, if it wasn't for last week, they could have actually had a shot to be 5-6 as well and be right with Cleveland. The Browns finished 8. It was the last place in 8 of the past 10 seasons. And I think Brandon Whedon's going to be alright this game. I'm going to be honest with you. I got Cleveland to come out of this game, not because Jacksonville sucks. Jacksonville has won 2 of the last 3 games. They have actually shown some light and they have looked pretty good. But once Brandon Whedon came in to replace Jason Campbell, he did run some down. He had 209 yards and a touchdown. He also had an interception and a fumble, which was sitting at whatever he says he's done. But Jason Campbell's now out doing the concussion, and the 27 loss Pittsburgh.
You realize that Cleveland is giving 7.5 points in this game, right?
Yeah.
And Brandon Whedon's starting 2. Okay, Harry.
Yeah, about that Brandon Whedon thing, I'm going to go Jacksonville.
Alright, is my point as smart as the 2 of us?
Absolutely.
Alright, so 3 for Jacksonville, 1 Virginia. Okay. Alright, let's move on to what I think is going to be the best NFC game of the week.
Arizona Cardinals, Philadelphia Eagles. Arizona really proved that they're one of the contenders this year. 40-11 victory over the Indianapolis Colts. Eagles are fresh off the bye. They beat Washington 24-16, and they are in the lead, or they're in the driver's seat for the NFC East. Now, Jimmy, how do you think this is going to play out?
I got the Cardinals coming out with Arizona's not much now. I'm going to the decision to the Indian Packers on Friday. As you said, this game does have multiple implications. I do have the Cardinals actually coming out to win the wild card here too. The Cardinals won for the first 5-game streak in 36 years. They know right now going against the Eagles are 6-5, and they're sitting right behind the Cowboys. The Eagles want to get in. They know that they have a better chance with Bulls right now, especially. So, the Cardinals, I love their defense as well. I think the Cardinals will come out there and beat the Eagles. The Eagles do have the players defense. They have played much better since the beginning of the year. Even still, Cardinals has been naturally slow in the past couple of weeks in the starting stretch.
But so is Nick Foles. Nick Foles has thrown 13 touchdowns, no interceptions this year. He's got Steve McCoy, he's got Deshaun Jackson, he's got everyone's favorite country artist, Riley Cooper.
Foles is actually, he's 25 completions away from breaking the Eagles record for most completions without an interception. He's at 199.
He's at 199 right now. Michael Vick has the record, so yeah. But Nick Foles is pretty good. They have Steve McCoy in the backfield. Arizona's defense confirms giving up big rushing games.
I don't rank 8 right now with well beats.
Yeah, they faced Trent Richardson last week, so that's really not going to do anything.
Well, even when we against a solid point, what the Giants did. Granted, the Giants had better rushing defense. The Giants stopped the football point twice this year already. They held them both to under 100 yards both games, one of which was almost 30 yards.
Yeah, that's how you put him at reception yards right there. McCoy's a beast out of the backfield, whether or not it's...
And he's one of the best big yards actually.
Absolutely. But now, Michael Vick has broken down in a big way this year. He's had 3 straight great games, did a great compliment on the other side for Larry Fitzgerald. Do you think he's going to that Allen's not going to be starting running back in this late?
I don't think so. Because the numbers that Carson Palmer as well, granted it was just against Jaguars, and granted they also blew out the Colts. Carson Palmer, he's got 56 or 79, 793 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's not even a hit. You need to be running back there. It really doesn't matter at all.
I can't play football. As I'm running up there to say I should not be playing football there.
Larry Fitzgerald actually has became the youngest player also, reached 11,000 yards as a receiver.
Can you believe you're in the league for about 10 years and he's only like, I don't know, 12? Yeah.
Now, the Cardinals, they are tied with the 49ers, not the 49ers for the wild card position. The 49ers do have the tiebreaker of it. Another thing is going to be a big game, especially the last game of the season. The last game of the season actually looks like the Arizona and the 49ers.
It's gonna be pretty interesting back then, that last game. But again, let's just focus on today. Mario, let's go to you. I know you're harassing people in the audience right now, but what do you think?
Well, thankfully so far nobody got a restraining order against me, so.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm with you guys on this one. I got Arizona. I think they're just flat out going to be the better team. No questions asked. However, the coin went the other way. The coin likes Duke Kelly's offense and wants to take the Eagles.
Alright, that's pretty interesting. I do like Chip Kelly's offense, just not against this area's defense. It's just the way it is.
I agree with you guys. They have Cardinals as well, ladies and
I do too. Arizona's been the surprise team of the season. They're going to keep it up. They're going to go to 84, and the Cowboys will have sole possession of first place at the end of the day. I'm just going to keep on Cowboy jokes until the end of the day. Before we go back out, we have one more game to come before we get there. We got the Chicago Bears and Minnesota Vikings. Again, 2 teams that no one cares about.
Well, not much of an interesting game here, but the Bears actually do have a fighting chance to win the playoffs.
They do. If they win this game, they'll be tied with Detroit with 7-5 in first place.
Right.
The Packers are 5-6-1 now, so they're basically done, even when discount double check comes back. Chicago had a pretty bad. Chicago had a pretty bad loss last week. It was 42-21 to St. Louis. Minnesota tied and taught everyone again about how the time rules work in the NFL. To Green Bay and Matt. You know, I just started Matt playing fantasy this week. Why? So much time. He got me -0. That's what he's saying.
Well, I gotta say right now, Chicago does not even have one solution defense, so anything Peterson is going to have a field now. because of that whole lot of people in my fantasy league right now for some sort of playoff games. He has some starts in the NFL, obviously a bunch of touchdowns. He's got 10 touchdowns. He's 7 yards behind, I believe, Patrick McCoy, who was a little bit over 1,000. The Vikings are coming off a 26-5 versus Green Bay. That is a complete embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment. That is the condition of rival game that you don't want that to happen. Obviously, you want to win money. You can have fun.
Christian Ponder looks like Mark Sanchez these days. So, what are you going to get? No, Geno Smith makes Mark Sanchez look sorry.
Last person Charles Tillman got the Bears, so that's really unfair for Peterson. I love to see Peterson have another 200-yard game. I'm saying no because last time he faced the Bears, he did that. He had 200, actually, no, I'm sorry. This rookie year, he had 224 yards.
And Chicago just last week allowed 258 rushing yards to guys named Benny Cunningham and Zach Stacy, two perennial all-pro running backs. Online there. But I think the Bears have a good game here. Matt Forte is being good all over the Vikings defense. Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall have proven why they're the best wide receiver tandem in the NFL. And McCown's been good, like we said. If the Bears cornerbacks can handle the receivers, Greg Jennings and two other guys who play, Christian Ponder's not that good. I really think the Bears can run away with this one. The spread's actually picking them, basically. So,
well, McCown's on the field then. McCown's on the field then because he's going to line running at Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey. The two of them have the most yards and I believe most touchdowns with two receivers combined that any tandem the NFL has. So interview has something to do right there. But back to the Vikings for me, you think Leslie Frazier going with Christian Bonner is, I don't want to say a smart decision. It's a toss-up to go him or getting back to Todd Freeman. They're another team, like being the Giants and Reds, but they're not playing for anything, so what does it matter?
Well, Christian Ponder was a 12th overall pick back in 2011. You gotta take a chance on it. You gotta keep going. You invested a high draft pick in him. And Leslie Frazier here, he knows he's gonna get fired out of the year. He's got nothing left. He might as well just sink everyone's chances. And Josh Freeman has shown that he's not a good quarterback in that game against the Giants, in which I could have played quarterback on that game. And the Bears need to win this game. This game is very important. If they lose, they're done. This is going to the Lions division.
The Bears are actually in a very similar position that the Bills are in. It's must win, and you got a lot of Bears going.
No, the Bears win their entire division. The Bills win, well, they need 4,000 more wins to make the playoffs. Sorry, man.
Again, the other ones are what happened to Carl Lewis and
but alright, let's go out to Mary. Let's go out to our Bills correspondent. What do you think?
I'm sorry, I'm only talking to John on your left.
Alright.
I also hate the Bills, but I have nothing to do with the Bills. What's the wide right? But we have a trivia here from you.
Well, we got to pick up
First the picks on this game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And believe it or not, the coin is the oddball. So the coin likes to go to Minnesota. For reasons I don't understand, I'm going to Chicago.
Well, it's a coin. It can't speak.
Well, James can, but I still don't understand him.
Oh, I got the Bears to win. Take the cover. They're coming out as victorious.
And I got the Bears as well.
There you go.
Alright, let's go back out there. We got another trivia question.
Okay, we have our third trivia question. Now we have on the line. This question is, would only the lead be a Super Bowl victory? Lead the Jets to a Super Bowl victory.
I'm just going to repeat that question because I know it was actually came up a little longer there. Everyone who was at Eli or something. Oh,
That's I'll repeat the question because it is so astonishing. The Jets have won a Super Bowl in their tenure. Who was the Jets quarterback to lead them to the Super Bowl?
That'd be the very sloppy drunk Joe Namath?
The very sloppy drunk Joe Namath is correct.
There it is. There it is.
Very good, Brian. Congratulations, you won. Mets hat, Mets card, and a Jimmy Rants, a Weekly Rant t-shirt, which you can sell on eBay for a penny each. A coin, yeah. A coin to flip for next time.
a point is for the numbers.
So, we got a few more games to go. I hope you had a good time here today. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, we want to thank to Old Street Pub again for having us here, and then obviously Mark Hart behind the bar. They got some great food. It's open now, beer, drinks, food, whatever you want. Everybody's great to get started here. Want to give a lot of credit to the staff who worked hard this morning as well. Again, thanks for having us here. Thank you.
Well, don't worry, we are not done. We still got plenty of time here. We got the Bucks and Panthers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers resurgent, 3 straight wins. Their last one being a 24-21 victory over the Detroit Lions. And the Carolina Panthers had also a 24-21 victory over the Miami Dolphins to go to 8-3. Carolina Panthers right now in the driver's seat for the 5th seed of the playoffs. Whereas Tampa Bay Buccaneers are just hoping their head coach does not get fired.
No.
What do you think is going to happen in this Tennessee South Park?
Carolina completely controls their own destiny, that's for sure. Tampa Bay is one of only 2 additional teams to start the season already come back with 3 consecutive victories. No one cares about that. No one cares about the Buccaneers. No one cares about the Ravens. However, with the Carolina Panthers, Carolina's over there. They're 8 straight wins right now. I think right now, with the way that Cam Newton play, he really hasn't been himself, especially when he came to 3 years ago as a rookie. His numbers have been completely declining. However, this year, he's been playing pretty well. The Panthers defense also ranks 3rd in rushing and total yards. This is going to be a complete disaster for the Buccaneers, especially home in Carolina. Carolina's going to roll over this one.
Alright, I hear Panthers fans having a nice work for it. That's the one pitch.
Especially right now, plus. They're 30+ in the NFL.
I think the Panthers are going to win, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than you all think. Mike Lennon has been great. And, this is basically a home game. He's a North Carolina boy. He went to NC State. He's going to be playing in front of home crowd for himself. Vincent Jackson's been on fire these past few weeks, as well as Tim Wright, who's really shown that he's a pretty good tight end for Glenn. Greg Schiano's finally got his head out of his butt, and has been coaching much better. And, Bobby Rainey has shown that he's a pretty good running back, even though last week wasn't that good.
Actually, he's the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for a touchdown pass in the first 3 games.
They have stats for everything.
They do. That's probably courtesy of live sports meal, but I don't care about that. Glenn Beach is 74 yards, and this is not too crazy, but Glenn Beach is 74 yards against John Stringer on the list of all-time leading, Buccaneers rookie. Yeah, John Stringer, 2009 with 1,850 yards.
I'm sure Mike Lyons goes to bed at night hoping that that's going to happen.
Absolutely.
But, it's going to be interesting. Riverboat Ron has shown over the past 8 weeks. He's shown that he's been a good head coach, and he's not going to get fired for the first 4 weeks. And now look at him, he's doing pretty well. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Let's do the picks on this one. Mario, let's go to you.
Alright, so for this one, I'm on the Mike Lennon Express. I got Tampa Bay all day long, and one likes Carolina, and we're going to go around.
Alright. I think Carolina's going to win the game, but since the spread's 8.5 points, I'm picking Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I got Panthers all around in this one. Especially like I said, the Bucks are in the first round of rushing yards and total yards, and we have 379 rushing yards. If there's one thing he can do well this year, he's rushing the ball. He's going to be getting out on the ground really well, so I got the Panthers.
Well, does it have you that Cam Newton hasn't run for 300 yards all season? Actually, he's barely eclipsed 250 this year.
He doesn't have really anything that he's doing. They're 8-3. They started at 1-3. They're going to the 8 straight victory. They control their own destiny. Right now, they're leading the national wild card. I think they're running away and they're not looking back.
Moving on, we got the Rants and 49ers, but the Rants absolutely shellacked. Chicago Bears 42-21 last week. Whereas the 49ers decimated. That's another 10-cent word right there. I like decimated. The Redskins decimated the Redskins on Monday Night Football 27-6. Now, the last time these two teams played, it was the last time in the NFL.
That's false. They just have before last week. Okay. Yeah, that's true. But the 49ers have a lot to look forward to here. The 49ers have Brandon Crabtree coming back. The way that Alex Smith has been playing with Antoine Golden, Ryan Davis, I'm sorry, Alex Smith, Jesus. Colin Kaepernick. Now, Colin Kaepernick, however, he has not been playing well. He's on 56.7 completion percentage. He's playing terrible. That's why he's loving the fact that Crabtree was scheduled to play today. Last year, he was the biggest receiver. The guy he relied heavily on. This is a big game. I do want San Francisco winning this game. But the fact here is, since St. Louis loses, this is going to push San Francisco even further. They actually have a final line for a wild card spot.
Absolutely. Crabtree coming back is really going to help Kaepernick. Even though they won last week, he didn't have his best game. Their running game's been struggling recently. Frank only had 30 yards last year. He had 45 yards the week before, and he had 8 before that. So the past 3 games, he hasn't even got 200 yards. Vernon Davis has been a beast. You know where he went to school? University of Maryland. Yeah, I should have said that. Yeah. You know, my first week of school, I walked right next to him, and dude, that guy is freaking it.
Now, how about the right running receiver, Devon Austin?
Devon Austin actually has he's the first player in a long time to have 5 touchdowns and 150 yards. Consecutive games.
Jim Brown. There's Jim Brown and one other player in the Reed Company. I feel like the other one does a little bit. I'll have to go back and double check that. But yeah, he's got a Hall of Fame players he's going
And you know, the Rants traded up to get him. They had 16 pick last year, and they traded up to get 28 pick. And the Jets, who were rumored on taking Devon Austin, and he was available at 9. And he's been great with college players. They have good rapport. You know, granted, he threw it up, and this guy is so small, so quick, and get right by him.
The thing is that the 49ers really 6th-ranked defense.
They do.
Alright, now I know I'm putting up numbers about who's ranked where and everything. But this is a pretty important stat, especially in this game, because the 49ers, this is a game they really need to take advantage of. Playing against the Rams. They're a garbage fire 16. They're not one of the other issue fire 16s in the NFL who are actually going to make the playoffs.
Garbage 5 6. They've had some pretty impressive wins.
They just recently blew out the Bears. But the Bears are also a team who's lacking almost anything. I just don't think the Rams are worse than the 49ers. I think this is a game the 49ers need to take advantage of, and I think they will. They're playing.
I agree with you. Jeff Bishop's never going to let his team get more over a guy.
He's actually not.
He's an excellent coach, and they have a good running game. Zach Stacy, until he got hurt, was really good. Benny Cunningham came off the bench, 13 carries, 109 yards. He went to challenge Chicago's defense. And granted, up the middle, 49ers are stacked. Pat Miles and Navarro and Coleman. But, you know, I think they're going to go run ball a little bit.
So that's what it's going to actually come down to, because in San Francisco, everybody knows the stadium being built in the Bay Area and how wet that ground is. Really, only San Francisco knows how to play on that field. So, well, we know what we said. Now, what do we got this piece here?
Frisco's hard on, they're a hell of a team, but the spread's too much for them. So I think St. Louis are going to make a game out of it. They're going to stick around. I don't think they're ever going to be in danger of taking over and winning it. But they're going to hang close, and I think we might see something similar to what we saw in the Raiders game a couple days ago. And they're going to stay within the 9.5. So I'm going St. Louis, but the coin looks San Fran. And before Jimmy, you pick, I'm just going to say, I agree with Mario. I think 9.5 points is way too much to give. Even though it was a home team, I really think that San Francisco is a great team. They're going to win. But without a running game, and Colin Kaepernick's looked good. I never thought he was going to say those words in the sentence, but he has looked good. I think St. Louis will come.
I'm not going to say the 49ers anymore. I think the 49ers will cover the spread. The reason why, like I said, I hope the Crabtree coming back. I mean, Kaepernick is so strong. He's going to have not only Crabtree as a wide receiver now, he's going to open up the field, and you're going to see Kaepernick take off like he's going to take off. So that's going to play a big factor here again. The distractions from Jan Benny, you have 3 top receivers, Crabtree, Bolden, Davis, and you have Kaepernick running. I have 49ers winning and covering.
Alright, you know what it's time for?
Yeah, we got another debate. This is our double debate.
It's time for the NFC. We already talked about the AFC wildcard teams. The NFC is still up for grabs. Right now it's Carolina and Arizona in the driver's seat for the final 2. So let's just we'll start with you this time. Who do you think are going to make the playoffs in the NFC and the wildcard?
Well, it's hard. If I told you the Cardinals are going to finish 4-1, that's going to show the big one. Do you agree with me that they're also going to take on the wildcard position?
I agree they're going to go 4-1, but I don't think they're going to close out the season with a win. But I will agree they're going to take up one of the wildcard teams.
Alright, so football team are the Cardinals. Now my team I'm gonna probably pick against them here, although I'm gonna stay with them. I got the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers will get a final wild card spot. They're gonna beat the Bucks. I know you told me that they're gonna lose both games to the Saints. I think they're gonna have at least split the game with the Saints. They're gonna beat the beloved Jets. They're gonna beat the Falcons. They're gonna finish the season with a good run. I think you can see the Panthers wrap up the wild card with a 12-4 record.
I got the San Francisco 49ers taking that last spot. Sorry, Jorge, I think the Panthers are going down. They have New Orleans twice. They're going to lose both of them. They're playing the Jets. The Jets are going to win. Yeah, what can I say? They had a tough game at the end against Atlanta, and Atlanta hasn't been good all year. But Atlanta's going to do whatever they can to at least salvage their season. The game's cold, and I really think they're going to pull that one off. Yeah, they'll beat Tampa Bay. But I think down the stretch, they go 1-4.
So you're taking the 49ers?
Yes.
Alright, I got the 49ers to lose to Seattle. Now, the 49ers lose to Seattle, I basically call it, it's over. It's done. Because they're going to go through that ring. Or at least they're going to do it. So they're going to do it because once they close out Arizona's going to close them out as well. The 49ers are going to play two and they're seeing versus Arizona. Arizona is going to be running all over the 49ers. I love that defense. I know I just discussed how I think the 49ers will pull around. But when it comes to the 49ers and the Cardinals, that last game of the season, they come out of the basement early, that final spot. And I think the 49ers will lose that game. But Arizona's going to come out the Cardinals and Arizona's going to take that final spot.
Alright, 49ers are going to win today. We'll get them a loss next week. We'll save them. That's fine. Tampa Bay, they're going to win. Atlanta, they're going to win. Arizona, they're going to win. They lost the first one. They need that game to make the playoffs at that point. They're going to play their asses off. Kaepernick hasn't looked that good recently, but Cam Newton hasn't looked good either. The premier running back end with Colbert, Lynn, and Stewart hasn't been that impressive. The 49ers offense is still winning without Frank Gore and Kaepernick performing to the best of their capability. I think the 49ers are going to get their guys in gear with Leonard Crabtree coming back, and they're going to dominate down the stretch. 49ers in the playoffs.
We'll show you so. Colin Kaepernick is 31st in the NFL completion percentage. He's averaging 185.2 yards per game. He ranks last in that category. He has 11 turnovers. That's 5 more turnovers than last year alone. Now, I just played the 49ers in the last game, but he will deal with Rusty Crabtree. That actually sounds kind of funny, deal with Rusty Crabtree. But they're also in the restaurant that Red Red action. Well, there you go. They're also playing these teams that won't let them stop Frank Gore. Frank Gore also hasn't played well either. I think this is going to be a really tough schedule for the 49ers to come out. And again, Kaepernick is not going to be weak. He'll be moving down the stretch like he has in the last 2 seasons. I just don't. I really feel that it's going to be the Panthers and the Cardinals.
It's going to boil down to whether or not the Panthers can beat the Jets. I know I say that, and you're going to laugh at me.
I'm actually not, because I did look at the schedule.
It's not the Jets movie. It's not as easy of a game as people are going to make it out to be. The Jets actually probably have the best defense to face the Panthers. They have a good running defense. They can stop Cam Newton if he comes outside. And you know what? They have enough wide receiver quarterbacks that can lock up with their wide receivers. And the only have to be Greg Olsen in that game. And the Jets can't cover a tight end. So I really think the 49ers will get that game ahead. But even though the Panthers scored the tiebreak on the 49ers a 10-9 victory 2 weeks ago, I do think the 49ers and the Cardinals will get the absolute advantage.
I was just going to mention that tiebreak. I know obviously you got to realize Cam Newton is coming up with 2 ridiculous comeback wins. That is huge for the strike 7 and 8 right there. I mean, now realizes the clock winning means Greg Olsen and the clock winning get 10 minutes for that 10 minutes lead in their offense as well.
He ain't even a kick return?
Well, hey, he's dead. He's dead. Again, they're also getting the Eastern picture. You gotta look at that too. They have a lot going on this game. So I got the Panthers in this one. And you screwed that up. There it is.
I mean, come on, you saw the MasterCard commercial with Jim Harbaugh yelling at those little kids.
I wasn't yelling. What? I wasn't yelling.
You really think he's not? I'm not mad. You really think he's not going to yell at his own teammates? Or yell at the players get better? Jim Harbaugh is an excellent coach. If there's anything I've seen those past few years, he has been awesome. And I'm really excited for the 49ers trying to get back to the Super Bowl this year.
I like it. That was good debate. Mario, where are you out there? No, it was like, well, we have another trivia, and as so fitting, when they're in NFC debate, we do have an NFC trivia.
Yes, we do. This is an NFC East specific trivia question. And the question is, which NFC East team is the oldest? The Eagles?
Trying to microphone the wall there.
No, it's definitely not.
Who do we have up for the trivia question? Is that Phil? Hey, Phil.
We found Phil at the bar.
Hey, Phil.
You can name what you want of that he's at the bar.
Hey, Phil, I got a question for you. Who's better, us or Francesa?
Wouldn't say the stage next to see, so that's not a question honestly. I couldn't hear you there. Microphone's on.
That's not a trivia question, no. We're having an issue with the third mic, but we'll let Johnny. That third mic, Giants, you got it right.
Oh, right. Giants are the oldest team founded in 1925.
Nice job, Phil. You receive a bobblehead doll as well as a t-shirt.
We got a few more games here, and 3 games we have left. Oh, 2 games, right, 2 games that we have left here. I'm pretty sure there's no debate here that these are probably the 2 biggest games, or at least they will be 2 most watched games this weekend.
I agree. First up, we're going to talk about the Saints Seahawks on Monday night. The Saints are 9-2 with a close victory last week over Atlanta 17-13. Seattle 7-1 on their bye last week. They had a 41-20 victory over the Vikings in Week 11. Now, the Seahawks will be playing without 2 of their top cornerbacks. Brandon Brower's going to be out for the year with a pulled groin, and Walter Thurman, his replacement, just got suspended for 4 games, which is actually the 6th person under Pete Carroll to be suspended for PED. So, how do you think Drew Brees is going to pick apart that defense?
He's not going to pick apart it. Plain and simple, they're going down the road. Drew Brees, like the Jets, I'm sorry, we can't let it go this year. He's proven that. I understand they're 9-2, but those numbers are down drastically. The Saints just don't play well alone, and it's not even just him, it's even their defense. And their defense is just mediocre anyways, as is. They're not what they were about 3 years ago. So going into Seattle is going to allow the stadiums, if not allow the stadiums in the country. And one thing we look at here, there's a big memory here from what happened. We watched on the race where they said that he broke the sound barrier, or at least the crowd broke the sound barrier, that touchdown was.
It was also a 2.5 earthquake on the
Yeah.
2.5 on the Richter scale. That was pretty impressive.
Now the Seahawks also forced an NFL best 26 turnovers. Of those 26, also an NFL best 16 interceptions.
I mean, this is very important to both teams. This will dictate home field advantage in the playoffs. So whoever wins this will have a tiebreaker, and they're going to be 1-2. Now, what's interesting for me is Percy Harvin, I saw today, is doubtful for this game. His groin's still acting up. He may not be playing. So right now we have Golden Tate, Sidney Rice is already out for the year. They don't have receivers in Seattle, so it's just Golden Tate and no one else. Russell Wilson's going to have to make some plays for the second team.
Well, also we're looking at here, although I do just completely crap on the Saints defense, we have the best rushers.
They have Ryan coaching on defense. Ryan's their guy.
Well, that's true. We also have Aaron Jordan, who's 9.5 sacks. 9.5 sacks. He leads that team at 37 sacks on the year. Granted, those sacks, most of the sacks came at the beginning of the year, so they're also on the downslide as well on defense. Jimmy Graham from the Saints, he has an NFL best 11 touchdowns. I know the Saints, the Seahawks not going to receive defenses, but this is one guy that if Bruce back in the offense, he's going to look like it is Jimmy Graham.
I agree, and I actually think Pierre Thomas is also going to have a strong running game. I traded for him on my fantasy team a few weeks back, and I actually started him this week, so I really think he's going to have a good game. Seattle's defense up the middle isn't that strong. That's probably the weakest part of their defense. I don't think, at first I was really confident about Seahawks covering that 5.5 point spread. But as I'm sitting here talking, it's a little tougher. I'm really getting a little edgy about it. I'm not going to backtrack from it. But I really think the Saints are going to make this a game, and this could be whoever scores last.
Winning the game, but also the Seahawks here, they'll play for playoff berth with a victory, especially if Arizona or San Francisco loses today. So that's going to be a real key factor, actually, is going back to that Arizona and Eagles game. So So, you know, for Monday night, you know the Seahawks are going to be watching this game tonight.
You know you still have your sticker on your jersey, you all that sticker.
What you just was looking at the Super Bowl jersey?
It's a Braxton Paris jersey.
It's a giant Super Bowl jersey. You ever seen one of these in green?
No, I've never seen one of those in person. I was in the NHL Navy Super Bowl jerseys. I'm still wearing my Chad Pennington jersey, so for all I know, I'm not making a jersey anytime soon. But going back to the game, I think ECN's got to be thrilled they got this one. ECN's had a lot of stinkers. Then in the Thursday night game, a lot of horrible games on those 2 nights. But they're going to have a great game. I think the Seahawks are going to cover the spread 5.5 points. I think it's going to be a touchdown game with the Seahawks coming up on top.
I agree completely. I think the Seahawks will win. Seahawks will cover. I actually think it's going to be a complete domination. I think the Seahawks are going to crush the Saints. Barry, what do you got there? What do you got?
Well, I think the Saints are going to keep it close. They're staying within the points. Seattle's going to win the game. Saints are going to play tough. They're going to take back to that playoff loss, the Marshawn Lynch run. And they're going to stay in it, but Seattle's going to win the game. Saints will start covering. Our Saints are going to stay close. Seattle is the points victor. Seattle's points are 3 of us.
Let's go along to the last game here. The last game here we have is a game that Steve and I have been preparing to show for the past couple of months. We've been saying to ourselves, when both the Chiefs and the Broncos were undefeated for the first 7 weeks, we're saying, man, how good would this be? These two teams are going to 11-0. Well, it hasn't happened. That was awesome. They played for the team. What happened? But what happened actually, it can't happen here is it's 9-2. One of them is going to victory, and this is where the one is going to run. One way to complete wild card, take the division lead.
Both teams had tough losses last week. Denver lost that heartbreaker 34-31 to New England in overtime when Wes Welker muffed that punt that got picked up. And San Diego had a 41-38 victory over the Chiefs last week. Again, a game that San Diego probably shouldn't have won. Sorry about that. It's going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to it. But the problem with the Chiefs is Tamba Ali and Justin Houston were banged up last week. They're saying Ali's going to play, but Houston's probably out. Houston's the lead leader in sacks at 11.5. Ali's at 9.5. So their linebackers are going to be a little weak. But on the flip side, Loshawn Moreno had 223 yards last week against the Patriots. He sprained his ankle towards the end. They're saying he's going to be all right, but that may affect him. What do you think about that?
Well, without a Howard player, so he won't be alright. However, Kansas City, back when has only had 2 sacks in the last 4 games. So, when we look at that 35 in the first 7 games, the whole situation of how many Houston out, that's really going to hurt. Like you just said, I understand how this game by decision, but we need to be 100%. We need him to get past that defensive line so I can get it. He was going to be great in the pocket. He has under 2 seconds that he averages for the ball. So, as far as danger, I don't know what's going to happen. But at the same time, the Chiefs also have the best team defense in the NFC.
But Arrowhead Stadium is the second best stadium for home teams.
It's also one of the loudest
It's the second last behind the 12th man in Seattle.
Right.
Or whatever they call it. I think the 12th man was copyrighted by Texas A&M. Whatever. But the last time out on Mile High was 27-17. Denver beating KC. And but it wasn't that close. It really wasn't that close if you think about it. The Broncos let up towards the end. But I think the Mile High era was a big difference than last time. I really don't think the Chiefs are going to have that much of a problem running over the Denver Broncos.
Well, the Broncos also, they're the best in the NFC in yards, 450 yards per game. That's all thanks to Peyton Manning, obviously. They're also the best in points, 49 points per game. And their red zone efficiency is ridiculous. It's 78.7%. You can't ask for anything better than that. Kansas City has a blue ball, 11 turnovers. They also have the AFC best 24 team wins.
Absolutely.
So I think it's going to be, actually, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game here. I do.
I think so too. It depends on what Andy Reid calls up. Andy Reid dials up Jamal Charles' number. Last week he had 2 touchdowns. Last 3 weeks he didn't have any touchdowns. So if he goes back to Jamal Charles, goes back to his bread and butter, I really think the Chiefs are going to pull this one out.
All right. Mario, where are you at over there? I have no idea where Mario is. So
We see a 6'5" Bill standing in the corner.
there he is. Mario, we're gonna be a picture for the coin, and we're gonna pick someone out of the other Bills fan. I don't know if you can hear me.
Kansas City is not very good. Kansas City almost lost to Buffalo.
they need to be. What people need to do.
So what's the coin now?
PC.
Alright, and you have Denver? Alright, Jimmy?
I got Denver win. I don't have Denver covered.
You don't have Denver?
I don't have Denver covered. It's going to be close this one.
So you pick KC. Alright, I pick KC as well. KC's gonna win this game. Although I still think Denver's gonna win the AFC West. Hey Mario! We have one last trivia question, right?
Yeah, Mario.
Yeah,
This person is doing it.
Alright.
We'll be giving away here a Bud Light, nice relaxing beach chair, courtesy of Frank from Wall Street Pub here. Alright, so Mario, what do you got for, actually, you have the trivia question, huh?
You want me or should I? Mario?
It's your show, pal.
Alright.
So it's our show. Come on.
Alright, so everybody knows I can't remember this. Everybody knows that Eli Manning has led the Giants to a recent pair of Super Bowl victories over the New England Patriots in 2000 and 2011. So before Eli Manning, who was the last quarterback to lead the Giants to a Super Bowl victory?
That's a tough question. If you know the answer, can you tell everybody why it's a tough question? I'm thinking Jeff Hostetler. That is a phenomenal. Jeff Hostetler, that is a great pick. Everybody else is wasting Wilson when you bring him up. That is great.
Hey Mario, question. Who did Jeff Hostetler beat in the Super Bowl? That'll be the Buffalo Bills.
Alright, well again, we want to do here, I want to thank everybody for coming out here today. We have a few minutes left in the show, but I really want to thank everybody for showing up. That means a lot. We're only 10 weeks in here. This is our 10th episode. I hope you guys have milestones. For us, it's number 10. I want to send a big thank you out again to Old Street for having us here. It means a lot. It's really helping us for our exposure. And again, we really appreciate everybody coming out, spending your hard-earned money, getting some good food, good beers, and hoping it's enjoying the show. Let's hear it for
Everyone at Old Street Pub, the bartenders, the waitstaff, everyone, please treat them right. And last but not least, we have what everyone's been waiting for. We have Jimmy's Rant. Those who don't watch the show, you know from our Facebook page where our show initially came from, Jimmy's Rant. A couple of friends says, hey, you should get the show together and do something. Steve came along and said, let's make a show out of it. Next thing you know, at the end of all of our shows, we round up with a rant. It's anywhere from sports to what's happening in real life to old people. So old people who are shooting out down the road. For those who know that episode a couple of weeks ago, I got rear-ended one day. That was just lovely. Just lovely. You don't want to be in the sponsors. She started laying with the phone, so I felt bad. So there was no police report. Last week's rant was on the Giants, and I have no other direction to go here. I gotta go back to the Giants again. They are absolutely just pissing me off. And I think as every other Giant fans out there, you're in no position to be in disgrace. The Giants are 4-7. The Jets are 5-6. That is the last time the Jets have been better than the Giants. This is not happening. I don't like it. I don't want it. I'm just disgusted. I know all the fans are. Eli sucks. Their offensive line sucks. Their defense is proving they suck now because they play against the Cowboys. Their secondary is abysmal. It's atrocious. It's Swiss cheese. The new goal for the season is to sweep the Redskins and to be better than the Jets. That's not going to be a problem. I know the Jets are going to suck the rest of the way. But here's where I think we should go. You got to fire Cleveland, fire Curry Field, fire Calvin Gilbride, fire the ushers in the stands, the food vendors, the water boy, the coaching, the conditioning coach. I don't care. Fire everybody. You got to cut some grass. Fire everybody involved with the New York Giants. I want the Giants jersey. I'm walking around with Plaxico Perez. I know it's a Super Bowl jersey. I'm walking around with Plaxico Perez jersey. He played for the Giants. He shot himself in the freaking leg on wearing his damn jersey. I need a new Giant to root for. So I need to bring out the Warriors. At least finish 500. Better than the Jets.
Well, I think Giants fans should go too, but that's just very different.
That's the last one. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Jerry, you say
on the back of my jersey. Actually, I want to play on the back of a Giant Super Bowl jersey is what I want. That's what I really want.
Become a Jets fan.
Oh my God, it's all the British.
Alrighty. We got a few minutes left. You got a closing word besides the rant?
I think we sent out most of our thank yous to everybody. Again, this is an absolute honor to be here. It really, really is. Our show just starting up from the ground up 10 weeks in. You know, it's really amazing what I feel that we've accomplished. I would never have thought of ourselves being in this position. For the first episode, we just figured, hey, let's have fun with it. Next thing you know, we got one of the lead people just for the MMA, and Bobby was on our show once. It was fantastic to have him on. We reached out to a couple of other people who were trying to have him on the show. You know, a lot of things are going in a good direction for us.
I agree, and just because I haven't done this whole show, if you want to catch this on YouTube later, you can come find us at youtube.com/JimmyRants. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/JimmyRants. You can find us on Twitter at twitter.com/JimmyRants. And I think that's all the publicity we need to do that. Oh, and whatever. We're good on that too. But everyone, it's been a great job. Thank you so much for coming out today.
Mario, you know the closing words for us? I just want to thank you for being a part of this show here. I don't know where you are.
He's right over there. You can't miss him.
Oh, there he is. He's sitting right next to me. I can't see that big green shirt you're wearing.
It's a great
Did you do a great job, everybody, or what? Come on. You did a great job.
For Jimmy and Mario, I'm Steve. We don't have a show this Tuesday. You can find us the following Tuesday. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the games.
Thanks, everybody.